everybody, what's up? Hi, and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to take a look at Nembrini Audio's newest plugin, the BST100 version 2, which is the successor, obviously, of the BST100 plugin and emulates an SLO100 amplifier head. Yeah, I'll just show you directly how it sounds right out of the box without any adjustment of the settings so far. So here's what you get straight out of the box. So, very cool 80s shreddy hard rock tone to it. Of course, that's what the SLO is kind of known for. Yeah, let's directly dive into it. I will rescale my small webcam window over here, and I will then showcase you what's going on over here. So I got my Reaper instance open. Let me resize that or replace that. Okay, got my Reaper instance open over here, and I got the guitar on one channel and the mic on the other channel. And yeah, let's just take a straight look into the Nembrini audio plugin. So here's what it looks like. Very cool snakeskin front GUI. Really looks like an amp, and really nice thing is that you kind of resize it over here, which on a big monitor like I have can give you kind of the feel like you're tweaking a real amplifier, sort of a bit. Let's take a look at the first front GUI before we then move over to the cabinets impulse loader, which is very cool on Nembrini Audio's plugins in general. We got two channels over here, normal and boost. Normal comprising both the clean and the crunch channel. Really cool thing about the layout is that you can either change the channel over here with the switch, or you actually press here on these small LEDs. Very thought through process over here to change the channels. And on the normal, you got the bright and normal switch, which gives you a little bit more top end, as well as changing between crunch and clean. I will move over to the neck humbucker over here, directly dive into the clean channel. Just let us look at the knobs. We got the preamp section, which is basically the gain of the channel. After that, we got the 3-band equalizer over here, followed then by the master section, which comprise of the volume setting as well as the presence for both channels. So the 3-band equalizer and the presence knobs are shared settings, so you cannot interchange them via the channels itself. But of course, if you media automate stuff, then you're good to go. Yeah, so I'll just tweak that a little bit up over here, and then let's see what it sounds like. One thing to note, I'm an absolutely shitty clean player, so sorry beforehand. So very unspectacular, but also for me quite usable clean. I could imagine pimping that up with a chorus and with a delay. You can get a really cool, you know, kind of carpet of sound over there. But let's directly move into the crunch, which kind of fits more my ally. And if you crank up the gain up to 10, you actually get something which is already in the hard rock, high gain territory, kind of. But still a little bit muddy, but as crunch is, you know, like straight in your face, very much clarity and top end, really cool stuff. But of course, my stuff, or my style, is using the boost channel, and here it is, as you have heard it before on the beginning. without any sort of booster, we're going to engage that right away with the TSC 1.1 from Mercurial Audio, which is basically a tube screamer emulation, and this is then what it would sound out straight out the box. Already very usable thrash tone, which is exactly my type of style and playing. So I would back off the bass a little bit over here and eventually give a tad more presence and take away a little bit gain just to clear things up a little bit, and that's how I would then sound in the end. So really cool sounds, which you can get out of there. Of course, the SLO100 is not the most flexible amp out there, but it does what it does extremely good. Very cool. Everything from the 80s you can kind of replicate with that specific type of plugin. Let's move over to Nembrini Audio's cabinet impulse loader section, because this is kind of, I wouldn't say the heart of the program. Of course, the sound is determined by the amp itself, but also a very important part is the cabinet impulse loader section. So you got here, in this particular plugin, 6 different cabinets, which you can choose from, and 4 different mics over here. I'll just navigate very quickly with a default, with kind of a sample riff through all the different cabinets. The Soldano cabinet impulse responses in this particular loader are my favorite ones. And yeah, when it comes to miking and setting up things, you can choose between the different mics. As I said before, set them to off axis or on axis. Can change the position from cone to edge, as well as the distance from the cabinet itself. And in the end, you have this small kind of mixer, which I really like, with an ambient microphone, which you can kind of, push together. And yeah, very cool, very sophisticated. You have a lot of different possibilities. You can play around a lot. I really like that. I actually enjoyed this more than this, this fancy 3D stuff where you can move in front of the cabinet section. I like this more because this gives you all the information you need and you can mix it up to your likings. What else do we got over here? We got the input and the output faders over here. Not going to change any of those, kind of self-explanatory. And we got the noise gate. Now, the noise gate is quite powerful on this one. You can hear a little bit humming maybe. Now you don't hear anything. There's a small release time for the noise gate. I personally would wish to have more control over this explicitly. Maybe the range does a little bit in that respect, but I kind of cannot wrap my head around what the range actually does. Maybe you guys can enlighten me in the comment section or so. But I personally would like to have attack and release actually determinable. Yeah, let's go ahead and move over to the cleaner section. So I like my noise gate around 80 dB. In the cleaner section, we got a high pass and a low pass filter, basically. Rumbling takes away all the bass frequencies. I'll just kick that in completely. As you can hear, all the rumbling is missing. And I like the settings kind of around 2 to 3. Just cleaning a little bit up in the bass response. Harsh takes all the high frequencies away. And I like that setting also somewhere around 2 to 3. So really cool cabinet setting over here. A lot of flexibility, gives you all the possibilities you would need and you would ask for when it comes to using a cabinet impulse response, which is integrated, and it sounds really good. I don't know with which vendor they cooperate in the background, but these are really good cabinets over here. And let's move over to the impulse section over here. Now, the impulse section, what is that all about? I already prepared something over here, so this is not what it looks like default. This would be completely empty. So the impulse loader basically allows you to put in 3 of your own impulse responses from your collections, and I find that very interesting and kind of, let's say, mandatory to mention, because most plugins out there only offer you 2 slots. So having 3 slots allows you to add an additional ambient mic, same as you have in the cabinet impulse section of the plugin itself. And I have gone with the V30s from Celestion Plus, and this is what it would sound like, just kind of straight out of the box, setting a little bit the volumes here, as you can see. Yeah, this is how it sounds. Here, maybe I would take away the rumbling and I would engage the harsh a little bit more. Let's move back to the normal cabinet. But let's take away the harsh. So that's what you got over here. And of course, you got the possibility to bypass the cabinet. So you can use your third-party impulse loader, which you eventually already have presets set up for, etc. So moving back over here, yeah. I really enjoy this plugin. I have to say, Nembrini Audio is kind of, kicking it out of the park once again. I really enjoy the plugin so far. The 8180 is awesome. The Cali Reverb, I also have bought, actually. I'm not being compensated for saying this, but this plugin is absolutely fucking killer. Sorry to say it that way. It's a really good plugin. It really does what it's supposed to do very well. Has a little bit flexibility to it when it comes to other sounds in respect of clean and the crunch channel. And I really enjoyed the cabinet section. What else is there to say, right? It's a good plugin. You can buy it now at the moment on the Nembrini Audio page for 29 bucks. They got a kind of introductory sale going on, and after that, normally with Nembrini Audio plugins, it's going to rise up to $137. So don't hesitate, grab that plugin. I'll put a link in the description down below so you can see where to get that one. Yeah, rock on, enjoy this plugin, and thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.